was a big stoner in high school. And I think that's why they called it high school, to be quite honest with you. It was really bad for me in high school because I have dyslexia, and it's not good to be a stoner dyslexic high school student because you do stupid stuff. I would stand by that drug-free school zone sign for hours, just wait. If you got that, tell a friend, okay? I never went out for sports, either like basketball or football, but if they had a team for smoking pot and masturbating, I would have lettered in that. I'd still be in college on some extended scholarship program, like, Olympics, dude, next year, gold medal, I'd rock it. I don't think that's a team sport, though, is it? It's like, oh, dude, we're going to the Rose Bowl. No, dude, we're going to the Bone Bowl. All right, sponsored by Easy Wider and Doritos. Nice. That's awesome. In high school though, the jocks would tease me. That's the worst part about high school. The jocks would make fun of me. They'd always say stuff like, stoners have bad memory loss. And I'd be like, yeah, well, that's not so bad. Because how about when you go to load the bong and it's already loaded? That is like a bonus right there, okay? But the part about high school that I hated the most were the guys on the football team, because they would tease me for being a stoner too. They would always say stuff like, stoners have bad memory loss. And I'd be like, yeah? That's not so bad. So how about when you go to load the ball and it's already loaded? That's like a bonus right there. We always used to go to my house to get high after school because my parents both had day jobs, so we never got caught. Except once Mom called in sick and loaned her car to a friend on the same day. So we thought she was at work because her car wasn't in the driveway. So we're in my room getting high, she comes in out of nowhere. It's like Family Feud. She comes in saying, what are you guys doing, smoking marijuana in this house? And I was like, peer pressure? My friend's like, good answer, man. Such a dick. They're not your friends. They're just using you because your parents have day jobs, okay? You can tell they're not your friends because they'll tease you when you're high. When every time they could tell I was high, they'd tease me. For me, it was always like this. I didn't get anything at all in my last one. You're gonna have to light me again. And they could always tell I was high when I came back from the kitchen. That's when I couldn't hide it anymore, right? This is the best piece of Wonder Bread that I've ever had in my entire life. I got to try this. You're a waste. I hated that. And we would put the pot in the butter and make brownies with the butter, and you get really high off those. Somebody's done that over there, yeah? They work, you get really high off those, but then you get the munchies and all you got left is a big plate of brownies, so it's like a vicious circle. It just keeps... You can't smoke pot all the time though, because it'll warp your perception. One time I was really wasted. I was watching a show about sexual harassment, and there was a girl on the show, like a sexually harassed victim girl, and I was looking at her and I was like, who would sexually harass her? No, seriously, because her face is all scrambled and cubed, and her voice is like, I was sitting at my desk when a man came up from behind. And I was like, ew, gross. It's like, of course he got her from behind. She had really nice hair. I can't get my daughter into the drug talk because I got busted when I was 17 for smoking pot. And if you're stupid enough, first of all, to smoke pot in downtown Baltimore in broad daylight at the Inner Harbor when you're 17, do do not use a bong, okay? They'll spot you. I had to spend the night in jail. I had to pay a $75 fine, and I experienced anal sex. I'm just kidding. It was a $50 fine. The guy still writes, so it's nice to get those letters. I had to go to court over the whole thing, and it wasn't a judge court, it was a jury court. You know how they say it's a jury of your peers? Well, peers are people just like you. Wouldn't it be great if it really was a jury of your peers? I was 17 years old at the time, you know. I would have loved it if there were 12, 17-year-old guys up there, like, foreman of the jury, have you reached your verdict? One of the guys stands up, me and the other fellows, we talked it over, and, dude, let him go, man. You know, the real deal is that Nancy Reagan started that program, Just Say No to Drugs, and when she started that program, she grouped marijuana up there with all the really bad drugs like crack and heroin and PCP and Zima, and marijuana doesn't belong in that list, right? Like, if you ever watch the show Cops, when they bust a crack house and when they bust a pot house, it's different. Like a crack house, on the show Cops, they come up with the, woo! Come out of the house with your hands up, this is the police, we have the place surrounded. Some guy on the 3rd floor of the crack house goes to the window, he's like, look, I have 3 people in here with me, man! I'm not afraid to cut their heads off! And these are for ashtrays, okay? That's what you're messing with up here, pigs! That's a crack house, right? You've seen it. Pot house is a little different, right? It's cops rolling, woo! Come out of the house with your hands up, this is the police, we have the place surrounded. Some guy on the 3rd floor of the pot house goes to the window, he's like,